What's the best smartphone for video, I hear you ask? Okay, so that's what I'm going to be covering in this video. My name's Ben Simon for Media Brighton TV. Stay tuned. I'm going to do a quick rundown of the best features for doing video with your smartphone and look at which one's going to be best for doing video. Now, I want to do everything, not just film video on my smartphone, but I also want to add effects and edit on the phone. So I'm going to be looking at the whole process and which one's going to be best. I'm not going to be showing you different bits of video and then seeing which one looks slightly crisper than the other. This is more of a quick fire features generalization looking at the iPhone against an Android phone. So it's going to be kind of like a smartphone top trumps. So first up we got storage. Obviously with the iPhone you're limited to whatever storage you buy with it, so you've got 16, 32, 64 or 128. I would always advise to go for the 128 version. I know it's much more expensive, but for video you're going to need lots of storage. With an Android device like this one, this is a Sony Sapphira, it actually takes a micro SD card which you can expand the internal storage to whatever your card is, which is brilliant. So for storage, the Android phone with a card slot trumps the iPhone. So next up we got battery life. Battery life is really important when doing video, but actually playing them off against one another, I think it's going to be a little bit futile. What I would suggest is either of them would probably be fine. Just get yourself a power bank, which is going to give you numerous charges. I've got one that does 7 charges. Then you don't have to look at these specs and work out which one will go for 10 minutes more. So on that one, we're just going to call it a draw. Okay, so now we're going cameras. Obviously, if you're doing video with it, then the cameras are going to be extremely important. You've got 2 cameras on each phone. You've got the front-facing camera and you've got the back-facing camera, the one that you do selfies with. Okay, so on the newer iPhones, they do 4K on the front-facing camera, but they only do 720p on the back-facing camera, which is HD but not full HD. Now this is an older Sony Sapphira. This one has a 1080p camera on the front-facing camera and a 1080p camera on the back-facing camera. So the back-facing camera on this one trumps the iPhone. The newer Sapphiras, some of them do 4K. Now 4K is really good. It just means that your footage is going to be sharper than it would be at 1080p, but it is going to take a lot more storage. So be warned, you're going to eat up that storage much quicker. I have really enjoyed the 4K function on mine, and I've definitely noticed the jump up in quality with the videos. So basically, the 720p back-facing camera on the iPhone is adequate for shooting videos like this, where you want to see yourself whilst you're actually talking to check your composition, but it's not going to be as good as a 1080p one. So I'm going to have to say that the Android one wins out on this one. Okay, so next up we got low light. All of these camera phones have tiny little lenses, meaning that not much light gets into them. Now, it's really important to get light to make sure that your images look nice and crisp. But rather than playing them against one another again in a sort of video showdown, what I would like to say is just buy some cheap lighting. If you can get some soft boxes, they're about £70 for a cheap set, or you can get a £25 top light. And that's going to make a massive difference to your image quality, more so than just playing these against one another. So again, I'm going to call that a draw, and just get yourself a light. We've got a few things here. We've got processing power and apps. Now, I was told actually the Android phones, some of the newer Android phones actually win out over processing power over the iPhones. But in reality, does it make a difference? I found that the iPhone works seamlessly. If you can get an app for it that's got good reviews, it's going to work on your iPhone because it was designed to. Whereas with the Android phones, I find that sometimes there's an app, for example, Filmic Pro, you can get it on Android. I couldn't get it to load on my Android device. So you are going to run into glitchiness on the Android devices more than on the iPhones. So on that one, I would say the iPhone wins out. It's way more seamless. It's got better apps. Okay, so next up is apps. If you're going to be using your phone to do video, it's not just for filming, it's for doing everything. Processing, editing, the whole shebang. And I've just found that the apps for editing on the iOS device are way better. For me, the most important thing is having 2 channels of video at least. And I've found that the multi-channel editing suites on the Android device aren't anywhere near as good as the ones on iOS. So personally, iMovie is my one of choice. There's also Pinnacle Studio. They're both amazing. Personally, they both kick the arse out of the Android editing apps that do multi-channel. I've got a video all about this, so I'll link to it in this video if you want to look at different editing apps for the different phones. So which one would I choose? Taking all of those things into consideration, I choose the iPhone, mainly because I want it to do everything, not just the filming, but also the editing and everything. So that is a massive deal breaker for me. So for me, the iPhone wins out. So there you have it, there's my take on the best smartphone for video. If you'd like to know more about making marketing videos with your iPhone, I have a free course available, so just click on the screen or in the link in the description. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section below, like the video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to my channel for more useful videos like this. This is Ben Simon from Media Brighton TV. Thanks for watching.